Hey everyone, Natural Juan here. I know I haven't made a video in a long time, it's just that, recent events have been very disappointing as of late, and I just, you know, I, well, I'll try to keep making videos, continue making videos anyway, but I can't promise anything at this point. There's other things that I'm doing that's actually been more helpful to me. Although I am kind of entertaining the thought of recording stories that have been submitted to me, as there are people asking for more stories to tell or hear. But anyway, what made me want to make this video is just to express how awful things have become and how horrible uh, how horrible things in the future might be for all of us. See, when the pandemic hit in 2020, it was another big thing, and yeah, life pretty much changed almost instantly in a couple of months. But here's the thing, you know, I thought that the pandemic was warning enough, that that it was a sign for all of us all over the world that it's time to reconsider our choices and our actions. Time to reconsider how we see the world and other people. And I think for some, it worked. It did. It kind of knocked some people back into place, and they realized that things could really be bad. And I really thought that humanity as a whole already learned its lesson from there. But, well, I was disappointed because, like, just after a year, war broke out. You know about that in Eastern Europe back in 2022, and now there's the thing going on between America and Iran. And I thought we were over all that. I thought that maybe, people had come to their senses and, decided that they didn't want war, and, another crisis would be really bad for everyone. But that's not what happened, is it? So here we are again, entering into another crisis, this time having to do with fuel and energy. And I really wish there were other things that could have been done. I wish that, people had been smarter about things and not allowed this thing to happen. And here's the thing, the pandemic, it's still kind of a mystery how it happened. They said it developed in China, and I don't remember actually, but yeah, they said it developed in China in bats, and then it went on to people and so on. But we also know that that's not what we also know that maybe there were other factors involved, and it could have been simply a natural occurrence and people noticed it. But the thing happening now, compared to something unnatural and unavoidable, this current crisis was avoidable. It didn't have to turn out this way. It didn't have to affect everybody. It didn't even have to happen in the first place. But you know how it went. And you know how bad this is. This could And if it's true what they say, this could be very bad for everybody because they're gonna use stuff that they promised never to use in the first place. And there's a possibility that they're gonna do that now. And woe betide all of us if that's what'll happen next. And it's like all the books, all the movies, all the TV shows, all the cartoons and anime that have been about, preventing things from getting worse. It's like they all ignored all that. I know that I made a video about Stephen King's supervillain, Randall Flagg. I remember making that video particularly. And like his goal is always to destroy things, destroy nations and kingdoms and civilizations. And always the theme of the book was either heroes trying to stop him from doing that, like in Eyes of the Dragon, or heroes trying to rebuild from, the aftermath of the things he causes, like after the apocalypse of what he does to cause things, to cause the world to end or destroy an entire kingdom. And the heroes are trying to put things back together from then and there. And he's not alone in that, mind you. He's not alone. Dean Koontz has written his piece about that as well. Other creators, and even a lot of the comic books, they talk about that. Like they even had a Fantastic Four trying to prevent the world from ending in in comic books. Okay, not the movies, but yeah, they had all that. But it's really sad that that things were allowed to get to where they are now. The thing about the Cold War, if you will ask me, is that it was inevitable that with the rise of the USSR and NATO, it was inevitable that, that they wouldn't really get along. But the current crisis now is there was a point where they could have at least tried getting along, but they didn't. They let things get worse. And that's why we're here now. And I'm really worried about all of us throughout the world, and what could happen next.